Welcome to the London Outlook for Thursday, the 1st of February 2024. Starting off with the economic calendar, quite a heavy red folder news event day, with the most significant of which being the Bank of England monetary policy report, essentially all the interest rate news for the um, for Great Britain. Then in the US session, we have some unemployment claims and ISM manufacturing PMI, both of which are significant but not something as significant as interest rates, GDP, or NFP. And thus, I'm happy to trade through these news events or even allow these news events to trigger me into my entries and then manage those trades according to the underlying news release. However, in terms of these significant GBP news releases, I think it's best to not trade at all, at least until the New York session. So by the time of the lull, you should be out of any trades that you do take, and then you shouldn't trade during the lull, and then you can resume trading in the New York session. But to be honest, I think it's probably best to just stay out of the London session because it's likely to range until we get the significant news release. However, having said all of that, there isn't much opportunity to get into any trades in the London session, and I'll explain why I'm saying that soon. Jumping into the charts, just touching briefly on the 4 hour, as we know, we're in this uncertain scenario where we don't know if the market structure is confirmed bullish or bearish, and thus we're waiting for confirmation. As a result of that, we're trading carefully and trading both directions because we recently interacted with this pro trend unconfirmed OB and then also this primary pro trend previously confirmed 4H OB, which gave numerous reactions until it was weak. The week, because of reacting to this pro trend OB, resulted in the creation of this primary pro trend unconfirmed 4H OB right here. So at the moment, we're currently interacting between this chalk primary pro trend previously confirmed OB and then this primary pro trend unconfirmed OB. So at the moment, there is reason to trade both directions. In terms of longs, we reacted from this. We have all this IRL with this being the ultimate target, and then for shorts, we have this interaction with this being the ultimate target. Obviously, if this protein unconfirmed OB is body broken, then the ideas for shorting is all invalidated because, as you can see, everything to the left is perfectly mitigated, leaving no unmitigated 4H OBs to trade. And the best bet for then continuing shorts is waiting for this primary leg to be reset after we tap an unmitigated area of this protein unconfirmed OB right here. Having said all of that, in terms of our direction bias for the day, there's reasons to trade both directions, and thus we just need to navigate the 15 or 5 minute carefully to pick a direction adequately. In terms of understanding what's happening on the 5 or 15 minute, what we can see is from the 4H pro trend previously confirmed OB, we built the secondary leg. It's a secondary leg because it's an interaction with the primary leg, and thus any reactions create a secondary leg. However, the secondary leg is then soon invalidated because the secondary leg right here, based on the primary protein unconfirmed OB interaction right here. Remember, this here is just a week on the 4 hours, so we're still interacting with this 4H OB, which creates the secondary leg, and because this is the latest secondary leg, it invalidates the secondary leg, and thus there is only a reason to short. Given that the secondary leg was essentially validated yesterday and extended yesterday with no current day extensions, we cannot use or validate any current day high of the day or low of the day, and thus our only options for trading is on the assumption that a new high of the day will be put in this area, which is considered the discount area, and then once price gets into this area, we can consider shorting and ultimately targeting this area, provided that these last points of IRL haven't been used up. Remember, any trade idea requires 4H backing, so in terms of longs, we got this 4H OB backing and then all of this IRL with this validated substructure right here. And then in terms of short, we have this 4H OB backing, we have all of this IRL right here, with this being the last point and the substructure low target right here. It's a valid substructure target because on the 4 hour we have evidence of a pullback with numerous candles to then tell us that the substructure can be targeted. Thus, for the London session in particular, and probably majority of the day, we'll chat again before the New York session. But from what I can see, there's only reason to short for the entire day, or at least for the London session, that is. However, given that price has to move a considerably significant amount to actually reach this valid POI that I'm willing to trade from, um, I'm going to wait for the significant GBP news to pass, and then I'll only trade in the New York session, provided that I can validly trade inside one of these areas. And then of course, if New York is putting a current high of the day or low of the day, then which is likely the case, then any immediate entries from here won't be valid, and I will need US news to suggest why the GBP should be trading to the downside. So essentially we need positive USD news today. Both of these events will need to be positive. Obviously this comes out first, so once this is positive, then we have sufficient evidence to support why a New York high of the day will hold, and then we can take a trade hopefully in and around this area right here, because remember, we have to anchor our fib to this, because um, any high of the day, low of the day is not extending this. Alternatively, in the London session, we will extend the low of the day and potentially validate the Asia high of the day as a high of the day that will hold for the day, and then obviously in New York, provided we're still in this area, we can take the trades, and ideally the New York news events will confirm the shorts, and whatever trade we are in at the time will play out, with this being the ultimate target. So there's a couple of combinations that can play out for today, but I think shorts are what I'm primarily focused on, and then obviously I'm only going to trade in the New York session because I don't see it making sense to trade through significant news events. And then obviously you have the Bank of England governor speaking, and we don't know what he may or may not say, which will drive the market in one direction or the other. So having said all of that, that's pretty much the London outlook for today, and we'll chat again for the New York outlook.